Welcome y'all. Today I will be showing you how to create this hanging photo animation in Canva. So let's head over to Canva and I'll show you how to create one. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go into elements. Let's go into elements. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to scroll down to frames and I'm going to get me a regular square. So what you want to do is to create your frames, you want to get one that I usually use like the elongated, like the regular photo frames. If I go into my elements, into my recently used, you'll see you have like photos that are this size and then you'll have ones that are like this. So I wanted to create frames for both. So what I want to do is I want one this size and then I'm going to duplicate this and then kind of make one that would fit for those types of photos. So I want one that's kind of skinny. If you are particular about what sizes they are, you can custom the sizes if you want to, but that's just how I do it, and then I want to size them up to how I want to do those. Once you get the sizes you like, the other thing that I need to do is go make my clips. So I use this because I'm a free user, a binder clip. If you're a pro user, you probably can get more realistic ones, photo ones than this, but this was like the best they had for a free user. So I want to get one of these, and I did turn this a light gray a little bit darker, just a smidge, so it showed up a little bit better when I'm making it so small. So I'm going to want to use one of those. I want to make it small. So, and then see the placement. So I don't want it right on top like that. So I'm going to use my arrow keys and bump it down to where I like it. I just want it a little bit like so, like it's clasped on right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a square. I am going to go into a gradient here. I'm using the new interface, so if it looks weird, that's why. So I'm just going to do that and maybe put that in the center, and let's see what that color. Oh, let's play around with my colors a little bit. Let's take one of these grays out, bump that in the middle. You can use whatever colors you want to make this because it's going to be super, super thin. And then you're just going to put it on top like so. And if you want it even thinner, like that. And then I would try to move it over. And then I'm going to use my arrow keys again to try to center it where I want to. And I want it just a hair down on top of that pin. Now, if you're a member, you'll be receiving a free template that has the build for the dad one that I did originally. So you will have a frame, you'll have the frames like this and the whole setup where you can just drag and drop your pictures in if you want to. And that's for either tier of my membership. So if you're a member, just go and check your community tab and there should be a template link in there for you. So what I want to do once I got the way I like that there, I'm going to go into position. I am going to highlight that and control highlight these two. I'm going to group it together and then I am going to duplicate it and move it to the other side and make sure they're there and they're lined up and you put it where you want. And then what I want to do after that, I am going to take all these and reduce them down a little bit so I can see them on my workspace. Then I'm going to grab one of these. I'm going to bring it over and do the same here. I'm going to ungroup it because there's one thing that I need to do right now. I need to reduce this to match the top of this one. So what I'm going to do is maybe I'm going to grab this one and I'm going to try to bring it down without losing the thickness so it reaches the top here, and then bring it in a little bit so they kind of look close. And then what I want to do now is I want to, that is highlighted, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to hit my control key. I'm going to group that. And then I'm going to duplicate it and bring it over to the other one, other side like so. And now I have that. So you want to make sure these are all on the same line here. And then just to make it look a little more popped, I used this circular blur shadow. So what I did with that, hold your control key so it does not grab onto your frames. What I usually do with these is I cut them in half And then what I'm going to do is line them up on the bottom of my photo. So I'm going to bring that in here. If you grab the bottom corner, it'll still stay lined up on the edge. And then I'm going to bring it into where I like it, like so. And then I'm going to, and if you want a little bit less, just shorten that up some more and then bring it to the bottom. And then I'm going to duplicate that and bring it over here. So here's a little trick. So if you do it like this, see, you're going to take it away from there. So if you want to make them smaller, take it in from the bottom corner like so. And that'll help you pull it in without it moving out of the alignment at the top. And I need to take my arrow keys and bump that one up just a little bit. I'm going to take this one and hit it one time with my arrow keys. And now, oh, I need another one, a clip right here. Don't. So I'm going to go into position, grab that clip, whole clip there, duplicate that, and bring that over to the other side. I think I stole it and didn't put one back. So now I've got my setup. All you want to do is take each individual one, group it, and you should have two, one of each frame. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight them and I am going to reduce them down. And then you're going to make whatever pattern you want to. For ease, I am just going to make a simple pattern. Say I want another one of these. If you're doing groups, always kind of do them from the position tab so you can go and just duplicate here, put it here. Let's line these up better, and then you're just going to line them up the way you want to. Make sure that your line at the top, they're lined up at the top. Because if you don't, when you start to animate, it'll start moving in weird directions. So I want these closer than 30. 16 is good. So say you like that pattern. So you're going to have 1, 2, 1, 2. So now you got your pattern down. What you want to do is group all those together and just duplicate and line them up. Duplicate and line them up. And then if you need more photos, what you're going to do is group them. And you can add a whole nother section. Or, I'm going to make it smaller just in case. We can ungroup them and say you just need 2 more. We can grab these, duplicate these, bring 2 more over, and make it a little bit longer. And then what you want to do, let me undo that real quick. Uh-oh. Let's go back. Real live action troubleshooting. So what I want to do is make sure these are grouped right here. So I can start moving those off the page. Oops, I left my shadows behind. Don't leave the shadows behind, girlfriend. Okay. So we'll group these, and then we're going to just move these over. Grab these 2. Why do I keep messing with my shadows? My shadows don't want to come with me. All right, go big, girl. Go big. Group. And then I bring it over like so and line them up. The others. And then I don't like that, so I'm going to hit my arrow keys, maybe. All right, let's double click on them and re-click on them and then fix my spacing like so. And then I group this all together. Group. And now I have all my photos that I'm going to use. And then you can plug them in here or you can put them into your design if you want to. If you want to start working on your background, what I would do is just add a page. For my background, all I did was go, all right, so I wanted it to look kind of manly. So what I did was I used this black leather texture. And then I went into my apps. I went into font frame, which is this one right here. I put dads, select the image. I kind of like that. It was nice and thick. And so I just used what was there. And then you delete that. And then I just made this super big, like so, and put it up here. And then I went back into my apps and I went into easy reflections. I created a reflection on it, changed it up a little bit and made the adjustments to the way I liked it. Add that to design, pulled it out like so. So of course you're going to use different words and stuff like that. You might not do dads, you might be graduation or whatever else in different photos, but that's just how I made that part right there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then what the last piece you need to make is you're just going to grab a square and you're going to make it as thick as you want to make your pole. So I'm going to go into my color and I'm going to use the gradient that I used for the hanging line, but I'm going to go in and do one change to it. So it's in this orientation. I'm going to change it to this orientation so it looks like, oh, I might want to put that. Let me put that, change the color, make it a little bit more brighter there. So it looks like a pole. And you can do whatever colors you want. This is it's going to be your design at the end of the day, but you want to do blues. You kind of make it look like a pole, and then you're going to make it as thick as you want. And then you're just going to have that across the page. It's not going to move. It's not going to do anything, so you can put it wherever you want. And then what I'm going to do is I can either put my photos in now or later. So we'll just do them now since they're all sitting here. And I'm going to, that's one that can go there. That's one that can go there. That's one that can go there. One here. One there. One there. I'm just grabbing random pictures. One here. One here. And one here. Now, if you have more pictures of this, you have a longer than this, you're going to have to go, move it back and forth. But make sure it's grouped. If it's not grouped and you start doing this, anything you move off that page is going to disappear. So when you got all your photos, you're just going to drag that down into your main, and we can get rid of this this page. So I'm going to delete it. And then what I want to do right now, hold on, let me do this on the other page so y'all can see better. So I'm going to go back and back, and then put this back on this page like so. So what do you want to do if you're going to pull it completely off the page on both ends is to add a square. So I'm going to just grab a regular old square and I'm going to make what I call a tab. So the reason you want a tab is because you cannot pull this off the page. It will disappear. So we're going to make a tab. So I'm going to grab one here. I'm going to grab this. I am going to duplicate it. And I'm going to put one down on the end here. I'm going to go and I am going to group all those together. And then I'm going to click on that tab and change it to a transparent. Same with the other one at the other end. I'm going to click on that and change it to transparent. Now, when I pull off the page, if you can see, it gives you that extra space without seeing the picture and it not going completely off the page. That way you can animate it from off the page. So now I'm going to bring it back over here. I'm going to delete this page here. Maybe, come on, delete. And what we're going to do is resize our picture. So I'm going to start grabbing and pulling and making this big. So now you want to make this as big as you want them to be. So I'm going to go like so. And if you need to adjust your pole at the top, you can adjust your pole. Let's see. I want that at the top here. So let's see. We can go bigger. Go bigger. Go bigger. Go home, y'all. Let's do it just a smidge more bigger, like so. And if you want to move these down and have this one hanging lower, you can. You can place this however you want to. It can be straight across the bottom, or you can have this one hanging lower and kind of have it a little bit offset. I can't remember how I had the first one. But what you're going to do for your first slide is take these all the way off. Make sure this square is still seen on the page. If you take it all the way off, you're going to lose it. You're going to have that square on there. So keep that square there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bar and make it all the way transparent. So I'm going to turn the transparency down to 0 on this. And then I have my first page set up, ready to roll. Now let's start animating. Let's get this all the way so y'all can see. And I'm going to duplicate the page. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that bar, and if I can't get to that bar, what I'm going to do is go here and grab it in my positions tab. I am going to turn the transparency all the way up to have my bar come fade in. And then I'm going to duplicate and start moving my photos. So I'm going to grab from this side, and I want my first one, always have that purple line at the top of the square right here. And I'm going to have my first one sort of come in, because I don't want it like going fast straight to the center. So I want it to come in like it's naturally moving. And then I'm going to just keep duplicating. Now I'm going to move this to the center. I'm going to duplicate the page, move the next one to the center, duplicate the page, and we're going to just repeat this process all the way through till you get all the way to the end of your design. So we're just going to duplicate and slide, duplicate and slide, and see, make sure that line is right there on the top. Duplicate, slide, duplicate page, duplicate and slide, duplicate and slide. And we're just going to keep going till we get to the end here. Duplicate and slide. Same with the end one. I'm just going to kind of halfway get it over so it looks like it's going naturally in a pattern. And I'm going to duplicate, and then I'll move this one all the way off. Same with like before, make sure that square right here is still invisible on the page right here. You don't want it off the page. So now that I have that completely done, what I want to do now is go and do my animation part, which I'm going to go, if you know me, we're going to go into Match and Move. We're going to turn it all the way up. I'm going to scroll down and apply between all pages. I'm in the new interface, so things might be in the different area, but it's still the same. If you know where your transition is, it should pop up over here. If you got the old interface, this weird, see, like this stuff will pop up and it just go away, go away, go away. The new interface sucks. Try not to be mean. It's yeah. I have thoughts on that. All right, so I'm going to grab this 2.5. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to change my timing down to maybe, let's say 1.5. 2 will be good. We'll use 2. And then I'm going to do this, and I want to make sure they all went to 2. And then I'm going to play through my animation to make sure I did everything correctly. So I am going to play, and the bar is popping through. And then your slides are going to start coming in and going across. And this is a point where you'll see if you kind of messed up on any of them. And if you did, say you had one here that you was, say you didn't get it to the top of the bar and it was like this. So you'll watch that and it'll go, you see it slide down. All you would have to do is go, where I did it there, let me just put that back up, and that'll correct it. All you have to do is move it back up to the line. And that's how you create that. I hope you have fun with making dads, grads, moms, birthdays, products, or whatever. Hey, real estate. There's the house in the background, and here's the pictures of all the interiors. Hey, that's cool too. Okay, all kinds of things you can do with this. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by and watching my crazy little animation. And you know, I love you guys. And if you're a member, don't forget to get your template in the community tab. I love you guys. I will see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.